What the heck is up, you guys? It's your boy Ace, aka Animated Heroes, here back with another action figure review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Z Raditz and Son Gohan Kid exclusive edition. If you guys don't know, I got this from San Diego Comic-Con. Shout out to the homie Friendly Neighborhood Collector for picking this up for me. Everyone, make sure you go and follow him on Instagram. The link will be in the description. And as you guys know, the initial release of Raditz was a very dope figure, so I have high expectations for this one. Anyway, let's dive right into it, starting off with that sexy packaging. Now, the box is basically the exclusive edition style for Dragon Ball figures. You got the window where you can see the figure. You got some silhouette images of the two figures inside. You have them colored in orange and black. It does say SH Figuarts Raditz and Son Gohan right there. Exclusive edition. Dragon Ball Z at the bottom. Exclusive edition again. Ages 15 and up. Tamashii Nations, Bandai, all that good stuff. Nothing much going on top. Image of Raditz right there on the bottom. Image of Raditz and Gohan right there on the side. And then another image of Raditz and Gohan on this side. And then on the back, as you guys can see, we've got both of the figures in some poses. And it's so weird how they decided to make Gohan a part of this release when he had nothing to do with the original release. It's an extra accessory they threw in, which I think is strange, but I mean, it is what it is. Then at the bottom, we got some stuff that doesn't matter. Anyway, let's go ahead and bust this figure out of the packaging so we can talk about it. Now, straight out of the packaging, here we have none other than the brother to the main character of the series himself, Raditz. And in my opinion, he was such a wasted character, man. So much potential, so much story that could have been told based off of the fact that he's the brother of Goku alone, but that's neither here nor there. Now, I do believe I reviewed this figure before. I don't know, but if I didn't, it's a solid figure. The first release was definitely a solid figure, and it came out right around that time that the plastic quality for Dragon Ball figures started to change because the manufacturer also changed. I believe instead of being produced in China, they were produced in Vietnam or something like that. I really don't remember, and some people might not have even been able to tell the difference with some of them, but yes, the plastic quality did change. Now, I say all of that to say this: the plastic on this figure feels much more quality than the initial release. Not to say that the initial release was bad, but this just feels a little bit better, as it should, because this is a event exclusive. It's supposed to feel premium, and that's one thing I gotta give to Bandai. This feels so much better than the Majin Vegeta figure. But anyway, not to dive into that, let's go ahead and take a closer look at this guy. Now, one big difference about this figure and the initial release is the skin tone, man. This one looks a tad bit more pale than the OG release, but I do feel like, once again, the plastic quality just makes this one look a lot better. The other one just kind of looked like he put on a bunch of lotion or something. I don't know, man. Like, it was real glossy, but this one doesn't really have that problem except for the neck. And it's kind of weird because if you look at the head, there's no shine. You look at the neck, there's shine right around here, not much. At the arms and legs, no real shine. So it's just, the neck is the only part that's different, and you can tell it's because of the fact that it's molded in plastic instead of actually painted like the rest of the figure. But overall, man, this thing looks really dang good. I'm loving the blue Scouter. I do still think I like the original Scouter better, which was the green. I want to say these are the manga colors and not the anime. I don't know. I'm not into Dragon Ball that much enough to be able to tell you guys, but I do know that actually, I know for a fact this is the manga version. Let me stop capping. This is definitely the manga version. And then they changed the color palette whenever he came on screen. For whatever reason, they do that a lot with anime characters. I don't know why. But I think that I like the armor better on the original release. I really love the darker brown and the darker blacks. I love I think the bands were red on the original. I don't know. I'll show an image. But I love the colors for the armor better on the original, but I love the skin tone better on this one. If I was able to get a mixture of the two, I think it would be the perfect figure, but I don't know if that's possible. It'd be a whole lot of mixing and matching of parts, and I'm not a customizer. I ain't got time for that. But yeah, overall it does look good. The hair still looks very nice, very long, very lengthy, pretty heavy as it should be, but as you guys can see, it does articulate, and it's not like full in here, so you can get it to lay down enough to where when you've got him standing like this, it looks like it lays on his back, so that's good. But yeah, solid looking figure. And anyway, I'm also going to show Gohan as well because I'm too lazy to pull out the stand and set it up. But this looks really dope also, man. I like this added accessory. I don't know why they included this though, because of the fact that since this is a web exclusive or event exclusive, a lot of people might not be able to get their hands on it. Even if it goes up on premium Bandai, some people might just not be able to pay for it right away. Hopefully it lasts a little while. But yeah, this thing does look very good. It's painted very nicely, and I wish it could articulate a little bit. I hate that it's stuck in this pose, but yeah, overall very, very nice accessory, if you want to call it that. It might just be considered as another figure since he is basically listed on the packaging. Moving on to the height of this guy, to the top of his head, as you guys can see, he is actually to the top of his hair, he's about 6.5 inches. To the top of his forehead, he's just shy of 6 inches. And so definitely a tall figure, as he should be, because he's much bigger than Goku and Vegeta and some of the other characters in the series. But of course we will be doing some size comparisons later to show how he fits in with other Dragon Ball figures. Moving on to the articulation, when we talk about the head, we got to talk about the hair first. I showcased that it does move backwards, and so when you want to get him to look up, that's how you're going to have to make that happen. It works well enough to where you don't get a problem out of it. He looks down very well also, but if you do it too much, the hair and faceplate is going to pop off, so just be wary of that. He does get all kinds of tilt, turn, and motion, and when you do too much, these armor pieces are also going to fall off. This is something that's common with Dragon Ball figures that wear this Saiyan armor, and I'm fine with it. I'd much rather they fall off than actually break. And when it comes to these shoulder pads, they just lift up. It is a very bad look, but when you see the amount of articulation you get under there, that's pretty dang good, man. But always be careful with these. I don't know, man, I just worry about these for some reason. Maybe because of my Jace figure where it just broke out of nowhere because it didn't have this. Anyway, take that advice from me. Now, when it comes to the butterfly joints, they're not the most effective, mostly because of the design, but you can bring them out about that much. And so I don't know, if you want to have Raditz driving a car, he can drive a car, but that's about as much as you're going to get out of that. He does have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, hands are on a, actually that's not a ball peg, that's some kind of hinge, I don't know, but they are effective enough to where they work. At the diaphragm joint, he moves around well enough, not the best. I wish it was a little bit more. And I just realized something that sucks. So when you're moving this around, what the heck, Bandai? I guess there's really nothing they could do about this, but it's incorporated into the articulation. Look at that, man. I moved it around and then the white paint started to scratch off. What the heck, bro? Ah, man, that sucks. That sucks. That is not cool at all. So basically, don't move this piece whatsoever, or pull it forward and then move it, and then maybe that'll stop that, hopefully. I'm really risking it with this one. Man, you guys better drop a like on this video. That sucks. I don't know, I'm not gonna mess with that anymore. Anyway, he does turn at the waist, but when you do too much, it will pop off. I did that on purpose. I wanted to show you guys, and now I can't get it back on. All right, we're gonna take a break. Now, I took the leg plates off for the articulation for the legs just because they're going to get in the way anyway. He kicks out only about that much. You're not going to get it to go any further. If you try, the legs are just going to pop off. He kicks forward about that much, which is a decent amount. He doesn't really kick back because they sculpted a butt. He does have a thigh swivel, double jointed knees. When it comes to the foot, it goes down about that much, up about that much. He gets a tad bit of ankle rocker, better than most of the Saiyan figures, so that's good. And then he does have a toe hinge. Articulation's a tad bit limited, but for the most part, you can get him in the poses that you're going to want to. Moving on to accessories, I don't really think you get more than the original release other than the added accessories you get for Gohan. Now he comes with a neutral head sculpt right out of the packaging and a pair of fist hands. He comes with a smirking face. The only difference between this one and the original release is that he's looking to the side. If you wonder why he's got that block in his ear, it's because that is supposed to be where you put on the scouter. He comes with this yelling, kind of charging, powering up face, whatever you want to use it for. And then he does come with this kind of teeth gritted, surprised, shocked expression, which is cool. I really did dig that one. He comes with a pair of kind of reaching, grabbing, stylish pose type of hands. And then he does come with a pair of wide open blasting hands. And then he comes with the best accessory, the pair of crossed arms. I love when they include these. Love, love, love it. And then he also comes with an alternate tail for when he doesn't have it wrapped around his waist. So fair amount of accessories. Oh, and I almost forgot one. He comes with this interchangeable back piece for if you want to put a stand on him. And with this one, he actually comes with a stand, but it's actually not for him. It is for Gohan when he's flying, charging, powering up, angry, busting out of spaceships. And with Gohan, he does come with a second expression, which is where he has his eyes closed. You can kind of see the tear coming from his eyes right before he headbutts Raditz in his chest, when he got hit in the chest. That part was tough. I really did dig that when Gohan went off like that. But yeah, fair amount of accessories, nothing special, nothing out of the ordinary. Moving on to size comparisons, I just got a bunch of random Dragon Ball stuff out because y'all know I don't have the real stuff that he needs to be compared to. Here he is standing next to a SH Figuarts full power Super Saiyan Goku with a demoniacal fit Super Saiyan 2 head sculpt on the body. Here he is standing next to a Dragon Ball Super CGI Piccolo and a Dragon Ball Super CGI Gohan. And this got me questioning, was Raditz taller than Piccolo? Like, wait a minute. I feel like Raditz is a little tall. I don't know. I forget. But somebody tell me in the comments. I know somebody will know. Here he is standing next to an SH Figuarts Super Saiyan Vegeta, an SH Figuarts Super Saiyan Trunks, and an SH Figuarts 4th Form Frieza. This is the third release of the Frieza figure, and the Mecha Frieza just went up for pre-order, which looks really dope. I might actually review that one. Now, last but not least, here he is standing next to one bigger scale figure and one smaller scale figure. Here he is standing next to an SH Figuarts 2.0 Krillin and the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Super Jiren. Now, when it comes to my final thoughts on this guy, I gotta be honest with you. It's a cool figure, but if you're someone who's wanting to add this to your collection because you missed out on the original release, I would say get the original release. It's honestly much better. And at first, when I got this out of the packaging, I was thinking, okay, plastic quality is going to be so much better. And it felt like it was, but it's really not, man. These pieces were just falling off left and right, so much more than on the original release. And then on top of that, I have this issue where the knees just bend whenever I stand him up. It's like they don't hold a pose. You really got to mess with it. And I know he's top heavy, so that is going to happen. But I've had this figure out of the package for maybe 45 minutes at the most. I've had this Jiren figure for, I don't know, 2-3 years now, and it's not doing that whatsoever. The weight is more distributed towards the top or towards the lower half of this figure, yes, but again, I haven't had it out of the packaging that long. So why is the plastic already starting to buckle like that? I don't know, man. I hate loose joints on a brand new figure. I know it happens over time, but right out of the packaging, that's just not it, in my opinion. Then on top of that, the paint rub. I know that's something they can't help because they had to paint this accurately, but that's not an issue with the first release, so you don't even have to worry about that happening. That's one thing that makes that better. And then overall, I just think that that one looked better. I think the skin tone on that one was also better. Now that I think about it, I just hated the glossiness to it. So if it had more of a matte finish like this one, which you could definitely spray it with some matte coat, and I think it'll come out just fine. I honestly think that that one is just more of a bang for your buck, even though it does cost a bit more. Now, if you're someone who's gonna get this, don't pay scalper price. Try to get it on premium Bandai if you can. If it's not available in your country, just get the original release if you can. Now, I know some people are completionists. That's a different story. You want this just because you want to complete the Dragon Ball line. That I get. But if you're also someone who kind of wants it for the Gohan, I'll even stand on it and say it's not even worth it for the Gohan accessory, man. I literally don't think it is. I'm pretty sure there's a statue somewhere out there by Ban Presto that is roughly around the same scale as this one, or another company. You could probably find it. It's just, in my opinion, it's not worth it. But that's just my opinion. But that's what you guys came here to see. Now, I know some Dragon Ball fan that's watching is probably mad at me. Oh, it's a good figure. That's cool if you think that. I don't. So, yeah. Anyway, that's my review. Hope that you guys enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That always helps me out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Make sure to hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I upload new content. And last but not least, follow me on everything you see listed in the description below to keep up with my activity outside of YouTube. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe wherever you are. And bye. Go get the original release.